Hey guys, I'm up close and personal with Ben Templesmith here at C2E2.
Hi.
Hey, great to see you again.
I missed you.
I
It's
know.
nice to see
Well,
you.
that's why we're so close, and I'm so underdressed. Let's talk.
are a little.
Yeah, three-piece, all in shadows. This thing vanishes when he gets
Today's
home.
my black day.
Let's talk 10 grand. New book coming out with JMS.
Yes, it is.
So tell us about the book if we don't know about it, even though it's selling pretty well.
Well, it's got an awkward name because every time I have to say, yeah, I'm doing a thing, it's 10 grand. It's like they think I'm actually...
Yeah. Geez, his price has gone way
Yeah.
up.
Well, it's a little easier to explain than Fell. When I say, yeah, I did a book, Fell. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Fell. So Fell is the name of the guy. So 10 grand is probably the closest thing I will ever do to a love story. Because it is, at its heart, a love story, a romance. But it's not really, because it's a horrible, horrific... If you like Fell, you're going to like this book. It's a very heavy supernatural elements. Joe can explain the actual plot a lot more than me, but basically, if he dies altruistically, he gets 10 minutes with his wife in the afterlife. He's done a deal with the devil, but not the devil. And it's going to be a 12-issue run for now, and then I think he wants to do more, so I'll have a break and then we'll do more. But it's the first comic I've done in a long time.
Yeah.
He got me back into comics. So, yeah, I took a break.
Why did this bring you back?
Because it's freaking JMS. I grew up on Babylon 5. I'm not a Star Trek person. I mean, I like Star Trek, but I grew up on Babylon 5. And so I did a little job for him. He just emailed me out of the blue. And then he said, yeah, that went well. So he said, would you like to do this comic that I'm doing? Like, are you kidding? So I met him for the first time yesterday and needed a new pair of pants. So no, it's actually a really good book. When I work, I don't normally read scripts until I actually come to lay out a book. Because I never actually read it as a story. I just read it logistically to do the art.
Right.
This one I actually read and I want to know more. And it's issue 1 is okay. Issue 2, I have some fun stuff. And I'm really nearly finished with issue 3. It's still actually I'm more ahead on this book than I've been on any book in a long time. But it still needs to be done. So.
Is there anything different in your art, stylistically, that you're bringing to 10 grand specifically?
Hopefully I'm just getting better. It's probably more reminiscent of Fell in a way. Each book I give a slightly different vibe, at least mentally.
Yeah.
But I want to say I'm just a little bit tighter. But I'm just a slave to the script.
And the setting is somewhat ambiguous in the book, from what I've heard of it. Does that influence when you're drawing the book? Like, is it like, oh, I can't have it be too specific to a particular place?
Being specific to a certain place is more work, really.
So
I know he's not naming the city it's in, and there's a lot of things about it. It's just in a city with generic stuff. So I don't think you even know the units of currency.
Right.
Was what he pointed out on the panel.
10 grand is, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I live in New York and Chicago right now, so everything's going to have the look of those buildings and things. And, I live in America, so I have a little idea. Oh, man, okay. So I did a book once, and I'm Australian. I don't know I don't know beep about Mexico at the time. Now I do, because I live here. And I had to draw Mexican stuff. I have no clue about stuff. So this book, I know what I'm drawing. I'm going to stop.
What better review could you ever get?
I know what the Mexican look is now. I know what cactus look like, but I had to draw some really interesting stuff. And
doodling weird plants.
I was just like, I think this might be right. Barrow, Alaska with 30 Days of Night.
Right.
I had two. It was before the internet was big, and I had 3 pictures to go on for the entire what Barrow, Alaska looks like. I've been to Barrow now, and I know what it looks like. But I'm not doing it now. So.
What was that trip like going up there? You went up after the book had already come out?
I went there for 5 days, and I actually meditated there. Not really meditated, but it was over my birthday. It was like a final closure. I went to the place that started my career, basically. It's a dry town, too.
Yeah.
With a Mexican restaurant. There's got a big Mexican restaurant there. And there's a picture of the Colonel, the KFC Colonel, with the guy that owns the restaurant. Used to hang out with the Colonel.
In Barrow, Alaska.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
I never got that in the books, though. So.
No. Well, awesome. Well, thanks for talking to us. I'm really looking forward to the book.
10 grand is one of the biggest things I've done in a long time. So I hope people like it.
Awesome. Well, hopefully we'll get more comic work out of you in the future.
You will get a lot more coming.
Awesome.
Especially when I move to being in one city to live, which is happening soon.
Awesome. We'll look for it. And thank you. And thank you guys for watching.